Hi everybody, this is part 2 of Onshape versus Inventor. The only things I really want to cover for this one are making sure you understand how to change material, measure, and find your mass properties or your centers of gravity and the various other properties that we will need to know in both formats. Okay, so I will show them both in each of these so that you guys can see and understand where to find them. So, first of all, with our materials, remember a lot of times we have to have a changed material to be able to create or have a mass of what our object is. In Onshape, remember that is we right click on our part, down in our parts list, we can assign a material and eventually eventually a materials window should pop up and we can choose our material there. Aha, there it is. Okay, so once this material list opens up, there is a list right here, it has no material assigned. We can choose, or we could type to limit our search and add a material this way. Okay, for Inventor, all right, there's a couple different places that you could do this. All right, we can go to our Tools tab at the top. Okay, there are many tabs. So for Onshape, I know it switches tabs when you go into sketch mode. So that's basically, it switches what tools you have. Here, it'll let you choose that tab on your own. You can choose Material. And it has an entire big browser of a bunch of type of materials. Okay, we can search in it as well. Okay, we could, let's say we wanted gold. We can put this up arrow to add it to our document. Okay, I'll move that so you can see a little bit better. Okay, we look at our shape, it was selected. I'll close this. And now our object, oops. See, sometimes I'm even not remembering which buttons. So now it actually just changed the appearance as well. So now our material and our appearance is of gold. Okay. Another place you can do that is what's called eye properties. That's going to be the mass properties equivalent. Okay. So if we look at our test document, the name of our document and the file up here, we can right click, we can choose eye properties. Okay, or down on our tab, we can right click, go to eye properties. Okay, if we do this way, we have to choose our physical tab. If you notice here, there is a material drop down where you could change it here, but this one does not let you search. You need to actually go find it. Okay. If you notice right now, there's no mass here at all. No other information. We have to choose update and it will populate this form. Okay, giving us a mass, an area, a volume, our centers of gravity, and so forth. Okay, in Onshape, remember, once we've added our material, we choose our mass properties on the bottom right hand corner. Again, it does not show anything yet because it needs to know what part to measure. So we could either click on the part itself, which at the moment I would need to move this, or we could choose the part within our parts list. When we choose that, now here again we have our mass, our volume, our surface area, okay, and then our center of gravity, our center of mass. Okay, so these are some of the most important things for you to know how to do. When we do our certification exams, you have to be able to find your properties, your mass properties, your eye properties. Okay. All right. Second portion is measuring. Okay. Measuring in Onshape, we have a measure tool right down here where we choose our measure tool. We can click and it'll give us various measurements based on what we've clicked on. Okay. In Inventor, up in the tools bar, there is a measure tool. We choose our measure tool. Again, we can click on the surface, that will give us our area, but this time it also does give us perimeter. If we click out, it deselects just like before. If we wanted to click on the edge, this time it'll give us diameter, radius, length, angle, and so forth. So depending on where you click, just like in Onshape, it will give you different information based on where you click. Okay. For the most part, those are the important pieces. In Inventor as well, though, if you do right click, there is this markup menu. Okay, that does include measure and some of the usually most commonly used tools. So if you don't come to measure in the toolbar up at the top, you could right click, click on measure, and then it'll give you the same tools as before. And just remember, in both of these, if you need to measure, okay, let's say we needed to measure between the top and the bottom surface. Okay, we could choose the top. Okay, we could move our view cube. Okay, and we could choose our bottom surface. And remember, that will give us the minimum distance between them. It'll give us an angle and so forth. This one gives information on the top face and the bottom face that we chose. For Onshape, if we choose our top, we choose our bottom. Okay, it gives us our distance. Okay, a parallel distance, our distance in different axes, our area of the two surfaces, and the minimum distance between them. Okay, so make sure you're reading what distance you're looking for. Remember, there are times where it may ask for something specific. Make sure you're taking a look at what it does say. Okay. All right, so that is our measure tools, that is our mass tools, as well as how to change our materials in both Onshape and Inventor.